Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're doing a roundup of moisturizers from the brand Purito. So if you don't know what Purito is a K-beauty brand. They do sunscreens, toners, moisturizers, they do skincare. And they are one of my absolute favorite brands. I feel like they have a good price point, they have good quality ingredients and products, and they're just really accessible to people maybe just getting into K-beauty. And yeah, so I have all of the moisturizers and I have used many of them for years now, as you can see, and I wanted to do a run through of what they offer and kind of which one maybe is best suited for you, because it can be a little overwhelming since they have 5, kind of 6, but really like 5 main moisturizers. So which one works for your skin type, which one works for your needs. Before we get into it though, of course, please do like and subscribe. It really does help my channel. Okay, we're going to start in order of kind of lightest moisturizer to richest. I think that's the best way to go about it, but of course any of these moisturizers can probably be used for any skin type, because I would say overall they are lighter in terms of kind of like richness. They're not going to be your super heavy, like feel it on your skin moisturizer. I think these are more kind of in tune for people with normal to oily skin. People with very dry skin, these could work fine, but I would recommend layering another one on top of it because you're probably going to need a bit more moisture. Let's start with the 2 lightest. So we have a new one, which is called the Oat-In Calming Gel Cream, and then this one is the Deep Sea Pure Water Cream. These really operate very similarly, especially in texture. They're both like a gel cream consistency, and they're really good for kind of just a simple douse of hydration versus moisturization. So let's start with the new one. This is the Oat-In Calming Gel. This is $16 and you get a whopping 100 milliliters or 3.3 fluid ounces. So this is the best deal kind of out of any of these, and it's super affordable. It's brand new. I've been using it a ton lately and I have to say I do really enjoy it. So kind of the claims that Purito makes about this one is obviously it's calming. It's in the name, calming. And the reason that they say it's calming, which is true, is because they have Avena Sativa, which is oat water. And of course, like oats in general are very calming and soothing to the skin. It's one of the best things if you do tend to have like a lot of redness, a lot of irritation. This is a great option. This is also supposed to improve the skin's moisture level, which yes, it does if you have more oily or normal skin. If you have drier skin, I wouldn't say that this is going to be something that you would be wanting to reach for. And then the other thing is that it soothes hypersensitivity. So again, it's because of the oats, you're just going to be calming any redness and irritation. I have had an experience where I'd used a few too many actives. My face was kind of bright red. I put this on. I wouldn't say that it calmed it immediately, but it did do something. I think if you struggle with that kind of thing, this is a good option. I wouldn't say that it was an immediate solution, but it did do something. Ingredients in this, we have obviously oat water. Then we also have Panthenol, which is a great one. It's in a lot of things. I always put it in products I make, or almost always. We also have squalane, which is a great, very light / dry oil, and then beta-glucan. So these are things that really are going to help with that like sensitivity, irritation thing. So again, it's great for people with oily skin. I would not recommend it for drier skin people though. But it is a great option, and I do like that this bottle, you can actually tell, I mean it's hard to tell in the video, but this is made with, it's a paper tube actually, so it's much better for the environment. They're trying to get away from as much plastic, so that's always a plus. The next one we have is the Deep Sea Pure Water Cream. There we go. This is 50 milliliters, so half the size of this, and it's $20. So 16, 20. This one's more expensive. 1.7 fluid ounces though, you get a pretty substantial amount. And Purito in the past have done these kind of bottles where it's like a twist off kind of tube. I think they're probably going to go more in this direction just because of the eco-friendliness of it, but this is what we have here. So one of the big claims of this is that it has 60% deep sea water, deep ocean water, whatever it is. And I just like roll my eyes at that because what? It's water. Like, I don't know. When people make claims of like a better water, I just don't think that that is really gonna help your skin. If it's deep sea, if it's not deep sea, it's still water. And water is good. Some of us need more hydration in our skin, some of us need more moisture. But this one, if you're getting it just because of these fancy like deep sea water claims, don't. It's not worth it for that. But it is comparable to the Oat-In Calming Gel Cream. So they're both going to operate the same way. This one is more of a gel, just like the other Oat-In one. And they say that it's good for dry, dehydrated skin. But I do want to clarify that those are not the same thing, and a lot of brands do say dry and dehydrated, but I would say dry skin is really better with more oil, whereas dehydrated skin, just like you think of like if you need water, you're dehydrated, that's when you need more water. So this one would be better if you notice you have dehydrated skin. So this is a good option, but if I had to choose one over the other, I would choose this one. I just think it has more benefits. This one doesn't have a lot in it. It has some hyaluronic acid, which is good, but I didn't find that it was something that really was plumping my skin. It has niacinamide, which is also great, but then the majority of it is the deep sea water and then some extracts. The ingredient list is very nice. I'm not going to deny that. I just found that this one did more for my skin when it was irritated, calming redness in the morning, in the summer, heat and humidity type of thing. And this one did an okay job. I just didn't think it was that spectacular. Coffee break. Okay, next up, this is kind of one of their staples. Why am I covering my face with it? This is the Centella Green Level Recovery Cream. And they have a whole line which is called Centella Green Level. And this one comes in the scented or the unscented. I actually prefer the scented. My skin doesn't have irritation to scents, so it's something that I don't mind buying. But if you do have irritation, just go with the unscented. Not a big deal. But as you can see, I've used pretty much all of it. I had to save some so I could do some swatches of it. But this is $20 and you get the same amount. You get 50 milliliters or 1.7 fluid ounces. And although sometimes these do look kind of small, it does last you for quite a long time. The thing about this that I just love the Centella Green Level line because it has kind of ranges, but this one has 50% Centella Asiatica extract. It's one of my favorite extracts. I use it in so many of my products as well, and it just does something. It helps plump the skin, it helps with moisture, it helps with irritation. It's really just overall an excellent ingredient, and I feel like it really targets a number of concerns that you may have for your skin. So if you were going to buy just one out of all of the 5 that I mentioned, I would probably recommend this or the next one because those two are my favorites. They kind of do different things though. So this one has a number of acids as well. It's got asiaticoside, asiatic acid, madecassic acid, and then also ceramides and niacinamide. So it is chock full of great ingredients. Again, all of their ingredient lists are just chef's kiss, wonderful, really thought out, well planned. Gonna target a lot of issues that we have. This one is also supposed to strengthen your skin's barrier and also control your oil-water balance. So this one would be, I would recommend it for more normal, somewhat dry skin. You could also use it if you have oily skin. It's not gonna be too rich. So it's really kind of like an all-purpose moisturizer. And next, I've talked about this. I have a favorites video, or maybe not favorites, it's like skincare formulators routine. So I will link that above. But I have talked about this in the past, and these two are my favorites. I kind of use them for different purposes. This is kind of an all-over moisturizer, morning, night, whenever. This one I really like to use as kind of almost an overnight mask, even though that's not what it says. It works really well for that purpose, for me at least. This one is $20, 50 milliliters, again, 1.7 fluid ounces, same amount. And this one, the claim in it is that it's got 70% sea buckthorn extract, which is incredible. I don't know how they did it. It is an extract because sea buckthorn is a bright orange color if you get the oil, and it will basically not stain permanently, but it will stain your skin. So that's why they are using an extract. Otherwise your skin would be bright orange. You would look like a pumpkin. Sea buckthorn is one of the best ingredients. It's just a little finicky, but as you can see, even the top of this bottle has been stained from it. So it's clearly in there. It's just not to the point where it's gonna turn your face orange. This one is supposed to brighten and visibly smooth your skin. It's also supposed to help with balancing your tone of the skin. So if you have any dark patches, that kind of thing. And that's one thing that I do love about this, especially using it overnight. I do find that the skin tone is just a little bit more even, more smooth, like they say. I wouldn't necessarily go so far as to say that it brightened my skin, but I have an issue with that. Most topicals don't help brighten my skin. But if you do have skin that reacts really well to vitamin C, this might be a really great option for you. This one also has a beautiful texture. It's a more gel type texture. And obviously the ingredients in it, we have niacinamide, sea buckthorn extract, and then quite a few of citrus extracts, which Again, my skin really loves that, but if you are somebody that you know you kind of have breakouts when there's citrus extracts, because they can be a little bit more powerful, this one might be one that you steer away from. So, like I said, this one is my favorite. I just find that it really plumps my skin. It has a beautiful consistency. It hydrates. It's long lasting. I just can't stop raving about it, and I definitely need to repurchase. I've just been trying to use some of the others, but this is definitely on my repurchase list. Now, in terms of skin types that would like this, I think this one might be a little bit much if you have super sensitive skin. You could try it, but I don't know. The citrus oils might be something that kind of cause a bit more irritation than they're worth. But for me, it's something that if you have more dry skin, this is great for you overnight. If you have more oily skin, I would use this at nighttime, not in the morning, because it is a little bit richer than some of the others that I already mentioned. But overall, it should work for most people unless you know you have some kind of reaction to citrus oils. And last up, we have the Dermide Cica Barrier Sleeping Pack. What a name. So this is 1950, again, 50 milliliters or 1.7 fluid ounces. So our price ranges from $19.50 to $20.50 for these. This one obviously is the cheapest at $16, but the rest of them are pretty much 20 bucks. So also, I forgot to mention, you can find these on YesStyle.com, Amazon, quite a few other Korean beauty websites, but I will link all of them below and you can kind of find it at your leisure. I tend to just get it on Amazon because I can get 2-day shipping, so that's what I do. So this is a sleeping mask. It's upside down, but there you go. So a sleeping mask is supposed to strengthen the skin's barrier. Basically what it does is you put on your actives, maybe your serum, your moisturizer, all those things. And what a sleeping mask does is it locks everything in and it doesn't allow for that transepidermal water loss. So that is one of the most important things personally that I use in my skincare routine, because I find that the 8 hours that you have when you're sleeping, it's like the prime time to allow your skincare to work. And if everything is just being kind of sucked into the air while you sleep, it's not doing its job. So I almost pretty much every night use some type of sleeping mask, and this was the new one that I was looking forward to using. It's got more Centella asiatica, we've got another squalane, we've got ceramides, hyaluronic acid, caprylic capric triglycerides, wow, that's so hard to say, glycerin, and some oils. So again, another stellar ingredient list. But that said, it's not my favorite sleeping mask. It's just not. I would say that it's definitely a lighter weight one. So if you have more normal or oily skin, this might be perfect for you. But somebody like me who is getting older, I mean, we all are, but somebody who's older and has typically more dry skin, it's just not enough for me. I think it's a good option in the summertime, but getting into the winter months for me is going to be kind of like sitting on my counter while I use something a little bit richer. And last up, this is not a moisturizer. This is an under eye cream, but this is my 4th bottle of it, so I love this stuff, and I just wanted to mention it really quickly. It's very similar to the Green Level Just Recovery Cream, but this one is meant for your under eyes, and I swear by this stuff. If you have dry under eyes that kind of tend to wrinkle more and just like, I don't know, my under eyes are like the Sahara Desert, so I put this on at night and I load my eyes up with it, and I swear it makes a huge difference. I think a lot of it is that it's got a lot of peptides. Again, the Centella asiatica extract is wonderful, but if you're looking for an under eye cream for more like the dry factor, if you're looking for one for like puffiness and dark circles, this is not it. But if you're looking for one for dryness, this is absolutely a good option. So I just wanted to mention it. It's not really a moisturizer though. Hi, Future Dana here. We have a new Purito Moisturizer. It came out since I filmed the original video. I was working on editing that video, and then I saw that it was launching, so I was like, I'll just hold off because, you know, I wanted to have a complete video. So I'm gonna add this one in. This is the B5 Panthenol Re-Barrier Cream. I'm gonna say I don't like Purito's names, even though this one, they had like a naming contest. This was a whole thing on their Instagram where they let the customers kind of help make the new product. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. I don't know. Re-Barrier Cream, it just doesn't make sense to me, but whatever, that's not the point. So this one retails for about $16-ish on YesStyle, and then about $20 on Purito, their website, and Glowmond. Is that how you say it? So not super expensive, but not too cheap either. But you do get 80 milliliters, which is 2.7 fluid ounces. And this packaging, just like the other one of their new ones, it is, I think, like 50% recyclable. And this part is paper. So they have made lots of steps to be environmentally more conscious and friendly. So those are a few things about it as kind of like the brand. But let's get into the product. This one, I don't know what I was expecting when I first got it. I guess I was expecting something different than the Oat-In one, which also, what a silly name, but it looks so similar. It's like almost a clear moisturizer, and it's really, again, kind of a very light moisturizer. So as you can see, it goes on very clear. It is a gel. It's not really a cream. So whenever I have a gel moisturizer, I do find that it's better situated for like a hot, humid day, or if you have super oily skin. This is not going to be one that I recommend for people with very dry skin. It's just not going to be enough. Maybe in the daytime, but in the winter, like, it's not going to be enough. So, the ingredient list is pretty good. This one, they have 10% Panthenol. So Panthenol is great for strengthening your skin barrier. It also provides instant hydration. It attracts and holds moisture. So all of those things I really like. And it does so without being super heavy on the skin. You also have niacinamide, squalane, and Centella asiatica or Cica, which is they put in almost all of their products. And these are all, I would say, like pretty popular ingredients right now. I'm just noticing my face has a nice glow to it, and it's not going to last forever though. But if you're seeing that, it's true. It's there. It's supposed to be moisturizing, soothing, and calming. That's what they say on their website. And yes, I'm putting more on. I would say yes, but not 100%. Like, you have to know your skin type and you have to know what you're going for. Like I said before, this is just not going to be one of those ones that I reach for in the depths of winter. And I don't think it's going to do anything drastic to your face, especially with the calming. I think like Centella asiatica and Panthenol do definitely help calm skin, but this one is not going to be the one that I tell people to reach for if they have something like rosacea or just very redness prone skin. It might help a little, but I don't think it's going to help like loads. It could be very good for sensitive skin though. There's no scent to it, and it is just lightweight, and there's not going to be a lot of tugging, pulling, that kind of thing. I have not found that it pills under other makeup or sunscreen. So it's a pretty basic moisturizer, like gel moisturizer, but I just don't like reach for it, and I probably like 95% won't be repurchasing. I don't know. I just don't have a lot to say about it, I guess. Okay, guys. So these are the 5 options. I think a lot of these options are really good for normal to oilier skin. If you do have drier skin, you know, I think you need to layer a little bit, and that's okay. I layer all the time. I don't just count on one moisturizer to do all the jobs. But as I said, these 2 are my absolute favorites, as evidenced by me using them all. So I would highly recommend either of these, and I think they're gonna do a good job for pretty much a lot of people's needs. So those are my 2 recommendations. And then if you have more oily skin, more irritated skin, this is the next option. So I would say these 3 out of all 5 are the ones that I would recommend more than anything. These 2, especially this one, are a pass in my book. This one is fine. It's cheap, I guess, for an overnight mask, but I don't find it to be remarkable. So that's kind of where I stand with everything. If you do have questions about any of these, please let me know. Purito is just absolutely one of my favorite brands. I'm going to be reviewing their new sunscreen. It's a hybrid chemical mineral sunscreen. It's coming out soon. Well, it's already out. I've already ordered it, but I'm just waiting on it. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. And as I said before, if you have any questions, please let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.